I'm Emily, and through this 5-video series, I'm going to walk you through basic bike repair, maintenance, and safety. These monthly videos will break down key components every beginning cyclist should know to accomplish their cycling goals. For this first video, I will walk you through preparing to go on a ride. We will cover basic bike anatomy and some things you should bring along with you on your ride. Before we get started, let's learn some basic anatomy about the bike. These 3 pieces, right here, make up the frame of your bike. Next, we have where you sit, which is called the saddle. The saddle attaches to the frame through the seat post right here. Next, we have your handlebars. The handlebars attach to the frame through this piece, which is called the stem. Then we also have these right here, which are called the brakes. The brakes attach to both your front tire and your rear tire. Then we have the tires. That's this rubber part on the outside. Then we have the wheels, which makes up the metal part on the inside, including the spokes. Then we have the chain back here and the crank right here, which attaches to the pedal, which is where your feet go. And that's just some basic anatomy about the bike before we get started. A saddlebag is a small bag often located on the back of your seat post that cyclists use to carry important gear. In a saddlebag, it is important to include a spare tube, an inflation device, such as a mini pump or CO2 cartridge, tire levers, and an Allen wrench set. The spare tube, inflation device, and tire levers can all be used to change a flat tube, which I will show you how to do in later videos. The Allen wrench set can be used to make small adjustments to your seat post, brakes, and stem. These are all helpful things you should have in your saddlebag before going on a ride. Some other things I like to carry along with me on a ride would be water and some snacks, such as gels or chews or granola bars. This just helps me replenish the nutrients that I'm losing whenever I ride and can give me a little bit of extra energy on the longer rides. How much of this you need kind of just depends on how long your ride is. Another thing I like to carry with me is a little bit of extra money. This is just in case I run out of water or snacks or something. I can stop by a convenience store, pick up what I need, and then carry on. Another thing I carry with me is always a cell phone, and you should as well. This will help you contact somebody in case of emergencies, and also in case you have a repair that you cannot fix on your own, you can call somebody to come and pick you up. Neat little trick is I like to keep mine in a baggie, just so that the moisture coming off my body whenever I sweat on a ride doesn't affect the phone, and it keeps it nice and sealed and safe. Next, I always like to carry along with me some sort of identification, like an ID or a driver's license, or they have road ID bracelets that have your emergency contact information. Those are great. And an emergency contact number. This is in case you're ever in a wreck and the emergency personnel can quickly identify who you are, and they can also inform the loved one of the situation. And this year especially, last but not least, I like to bring along a clean extra face mask, just in case I need to go into anywhere that requires one. So yeah, these are just some things that you can carry along with you. I highly recommend them. It'll keep you safe, help you feel prepared, just get you ready to have a nice ride. None of these are required, and the amount of stuff you bring also depends on what kind of ride you're going on. So it's all pretty flexible, but yeah. let's review some basic bike anatomy. Here is where your frame is located. Then we have the saddle and the seat post. Next are the handlebars and your brakes. Here is where the stem is. Then we have the tire on the outside and the wheel on the inside. Then you have your fork. Next is your chain right here. Then we have your crank and your pedals. That's a review on some basic bike anatomy. As a review, it is important to include in your saddlebag a spare tube, an inflation device, tire levers, and an Allen wrench set. So just as a review, some things I recommend you also bring with you on your ride would be some water, some snacks, a little bit of extra emergency money, a cell phone in a Ziploc bag, some form of identification, some form of an emergency contact, and this here, a face mask. Once again, this is just a review of kind of some extra things that would be really helpful if you brought with you along on your ride. Thank you for watching, and join me in next month's video as I'll teach you how to change a flat. Ride safe.